Great. Welcome to Tea and Turtle Stitch 2, week 7. We have Andrea, and we're going to be tracing line drawings. Cynthia, you want to introduce Andrea?
Well, Andrea is the person that started up TurtleStitch. And so we are very, very, very lucky to have her with us today. Andrea has a background of computer science and also crafting in stitchery. And that's what got her to think about what kind of environment you could create for embroidery. And Andrea lives in Vienna. And so she's 6 hours, is it 6 hours later in Vienna? So anyway, I don't know what all to say. Andrea, you could introduce yourself better than I can. I just think Andrea is great.
Oh, Cynthia, that's so nice. It's so nice hearing that charming words from you. So I just kept you talking, of course. So I'm really happy to be here in this round of Turtle Stitch. Tea and Turtle Stitchers. We had this Tea and Turtle Stitch sessions already a year ago or 1.5 years ago. It was so exciting in the middle of the pandemic. Susan and Cynthia started these activities, and it came in those days so out of the blue because nobody was making. Everybody was just at home, and we all avoided to meet each other and to work with each other and to touch things. Everything was kind of crazy. And in the middle of that, Tea and Turtle Stitch arose. This was a really a great dynamic that these two women were responsible for. So I and the whole Turtle Stitch community was thankful for your that you started these sessions. Yeah, thank you for being invited today. Yes, my actually my background was originally more in the arts than in computer science, but I found out that technology is so interesting to me, and I digged into that more and more. Of course, also in the field of studying at the University of Applied Arts in Vienna, but then also practically at internet service providers, because in those days the internet started to get an interesting thing, and this was the time when we dared to set up our own platforms and servers. I think people don't dare to do it in that way in at the current time. So I think this is a little bit a difference. However, I'm invited here to talk about drawings in Turtle Stitch, and I have a short presentation because I wanted to tell you why drawing was relevant in Turtle Stitch right from the beginning, and I have prepared some slides. I'm going to share my screen now. Okay, I have this here. And you,
Yay.
from the beginning, right here. Do you see it in the correct?
Yes.
Perfect. So, yeah, there is an image of myself. That's how I looked when I started to do turtle stitch. It's a while ago. But it is a drawing, and it was actually not made in turtle stitch. But we really like the idea of being able to trace things. And I have on this frame also mentioned that, of course, TurtleStitch is based on Snap, and so it's a fork of Snap, and we are very thankful to all the great possibilities that you can do in TurtleStitch on the shoulders of Snap, so to say. I try to switch. Yeah, here we go. The slide. So the second slide is right from the beginning. We tried to make drawings too. So on the left side, I have digged that out of a publication in 2016. So we did this already in those days for a while. So on the left side, you have this algorithm-driven patterns. There's a description in German below because it was published somewhere here. And on the right side, you see two images of
make drawings too. So on the left side,
now it is a
have
loop.
picked that out of
I heard a okay, it stopped again. Thank you. So on the right side, there are already some drawings, and the one that is on the white background, so with the dark lines, it is also combined with hand stitching because it was made into the context of textile crafting, and it was a project that teachers tried. So a teacher was doing it, and it was the idea of combining this kind of the digital design with the handcrafting activities, which I still think is very important. And on the right side, there was a computer scan and a tracing, one like the one we're going to try to do today. So we haven't had that implemented in TurtleStitch, but we had that StitchPad platform. And for just a short moment, I will also switch over to StitchPad, which we still use, or actually we don't use it, but it is still available on the internet. So can you see the StitchPad interface now?
No,
Is
you
it-
have to share your screen again. You stopped sharing your
I
screen.
stopped sharing. I try again. Wait, I just switched locally. You're right. So here is it. Can you see it now? Yes, right?
Yes, now we can see it.
Exactly. And this is the StitchPad interface. So people or teachers or we in our workshops, we used it a lot. And this was our possibility of doing drawings before we had TurtleStitch. But there are some things that are still very similar to the way you draw in TurtleStitch. Maybe it's because also we decided or thought about the TurtleStitch solution. But I think it's very good to show how it works. So actually here you can just have your mouse draw on the interface. You just click the left mouse button, and then you can make a line. You can make a jump stitch. Jump stitch is important if you want to draw something that is on another part or is an extra part, an extra drawing, and you click that button, move your mouse to another position, and then you have that red line that is not going to be stitched, but later on you can continue your drawing right here. You can load a background image here. Actually, I could load this. There is, I always have a cat prepared. I can delete it. So I really run through this just pretty fast, but it shows already very good about the possibilities of drawing. There you can also trace this photograph of the cat, and you can then clear the background, and you see what you have. If you're happy with that, you can save it in two different file formats. Also, like in TurtleStitch, we usually use the Tajima DSD for the machines we have now, and you have it saved somewhere locally. So this is what StitchPad does. And Stitchpad, we get the feedback from many different teachers that they really like it in primary schools, for example, because it doesn't need a lot of explanation how it works. It's quite intuitive. So I think I'm back to my PowerPoint presentation right here.
You are.
Perfect. I made the experience that when I use Stitchpad, I'm not into when I offer both the drawing in Stitchpad and the coding in TurtleStitch, I lose a lot of interest on the TurtleStitch side. And this was the moment where I decided that I don't want to use Stitchpad anymore in my sessions in school. Because I think it's very important to keep the students thinking about how those things are getting created. And this was when my wish arose to get something like Stitchpad into TurtleStitch, because in the end, in Stitchpad, you're very limited. For example, in the way also in many different things. And when you have when you reach to get it implemented in TurtleStitch, you can just design the tool on your own. And that's what we are doing now. So we can change actually the size of the drawings. We can flip it. We can mirror it. We can add different designs to each other, or we can change the embroidery types. Nothing of that you can do in Stitchpad. So this was the moment where we wanted to get it in TurtleStitch. In the beginning, it wasn't possible to do it only in TurtleStitch because we had no possibility, for example, to load external images. And a very early example of how we could reach that was done by Jatka Hügle, who is part of the developer team of Snap. And Jatka had prepared an image in Snap, and she made a tracing on the basis of that image. And tracing means that you load an image in the background, and you can draw a line on the top of that image. And the single coordinates, so X and Y coordinates, are getting saved into a list. You have this here on the left side. On this vector drawing presentation of this, this dog is called the mops, I think. I don't exactly know what the term in English is. But Jatka did this first image, and she saved it in Snap and imported it in TurtleStitch, and then she could transfer the coordinates that were saved in Snap, transfer it and import it into the TurtleStitch interface, and then convert it to embroidery lines. So this is Jatka's project on TurtleStitch. It is called How to Create Any Embroidery Design in 5 Minutes. And this is still a great example. We should later share it in the script and have a look into her selection or collection of different ways to use tracing and other techniques in combination with pictures. This is important to mention. We were able to import images in March 2022. And this was the moment where we had this new feature where we could import images. And this was also the moment where we implemented the new arc blocks. I'm sure Cynthia and Susan are remembering that time. This was when we released TurtleStitch 2.7.4. And from that time on, we had the possibility to import images and to make tracings and drawings on the top of it. And of course, Elaine, you're a Picasso woman, and the other, the ballerina also you made in those days were great and early examples. And I think the thinker that we're going to look into a little bit later, the project that Susan mentioned before, is based actually on maybe Elaine's project. To be honest, I don't know exactly, because we are always building upon others, and we are we develop collaboratively. So I don't exactly know actually who did which part of the script. And also Elizabeth Lloyd did great projects by tracing images. I found that when I was looking through presentations. She did that also in October 2022. So there were several people already using it. This next image is one that came out in a workshop I did with students, and this is the result of our a regular TurtleStitch workshop, where in the end the students could decide in which technique they wanted to create something. So these were two, I think it were two girls sitting one to each other, and the one said, no, I want to do it by creating it with in a geometric way. So she worked with arcs and circles, and her partner on the right side said, no, I want to have an image as a background, and I do the other way. But the great thing is that both different kind of presentations and techniques you can now finally also use and I'm missing the English term, but you can do both in TurtleStitch, and this was actually the goal we wanted to reach. So I don't want have got to open a Stitchpad and lose half of the students because they don't want to start thinking and creating on also with code. This was very important for me. Okay, I want to make this reference to Michael Aschauer's work, because we talked about the thinker as a motive for the project now that is at least I worked on. You don't have got to use it. But Michael is also TurtleStitch lead developer, and he made this critical art pieces I think a while ago, and I was attracted by especially this figure on the right side. I could download a 3D model of it and position it in the right way, so that it finally was a good in a good position to take it as a background image for TurtleStitch creation. And actually, so far, that's the moment where we can start into getting active. And I have you can read it just below. This image was suggested by ChatGPT as a good image for sharing screen now. So that's I want to stop sharing and jump directly into the TurtleStitch environment, where I open up the script that Susan has just made. She has cleaned up my project. And wait, I just try to.
Can you share your screen?
That's what I draw. Here it is, because
So-
there's so many.
I put numerous links in the chat for the program we'll be using. So go ahead and open that up, and then change the name of it and save it so that you don't lose it.
Okay, here we go. So, okay. So I just continue. Is that okay? Yeah?
Yeah, that's good.
That's good. So this is the project of the Thinker in 3D. Wait, I have got to prepare something in the over there. I need to exit this and have another view here. So now it's better. When you open the project, and you just, I usually tend to prepare my project like that when people open up a project and they don't know what it is all about because it looks so complicated, they often just press the green flag. And this is the reason why I set up this project like this, that when you press the green flag, like you do it in Scratch or here on top, that you see immediately what it is doing. So it is redrawing something that is saved within this project. And we had, when we started the drawings in TurtleStitch, in the beginning, we had a lot of projects that were following the mouse, and by following the mouse, drawing a line, but it wasn't saved. And you can save it by setting up a list and writing the coordinates of the points of the mouse when she's moving within this script. When you save the project, this data is also being saved, and somebody else who is opening the project at a later time can also reproduce this drawing. In a lot of projects on TurtleStitch, this data is not part of the project, so you have the function but not the image being drawn. So this is the big difference to the projects that have lists involved. And what I'm going to do now is that I just want to show you the different parts of this script in a way so that you can use it to draw something and you get an idea about what you can use the project for. The code is not very complicated, but I think it's too complex in order to rebuild it here live. So I will just go through this pretty fast. So what you do here when you click the green flag is there is a reset, and resetting is always setting. I can also put out one here and put it in here, but I will put it away because I think this is something that Susan cleaned up. But when you reset, of course, everything is being reset, and the mouse or the mouse, I say the turtle is being sent back to point 0.00 of the stage. In this script here, there is a specific embroidery type, this triple run defined, and below it opens up, it tells the script that it opens up a list. The list is under variables. You see the different variables, and this list is also saved here. So I can show it and hide it. If I click it and the arrow is showing up, then you see the data of the coordinates of the drawing right here on the in the list. I will switch it off now because it's taking our view from the stage. And so within this script, it reads out the different coordinates and redraws the drawing, so the image, right? So that's how it looks. So what's interesting for users who don't want to embroider this image is that when you press the 0 key, all the list data is getting removed. This means that this image is not being able to be reproduced. I just pressed it, so it's gone now. And if you have a look into the list here, you see that the list is empty. If you want to, actually, maybe I show it fast how I usually do it. If you want to start drawing something, you can start now with the next block here. Down below, you see when the space key is pressed, and this is what I do now. So I press the space key and start drawing the turtle here, and the turtle follows the mouse. So this is a kind of follow the mouse script. Okay, and you at the same time you see that there are again coordinates written into the variable. It means that when when I reset and execute it, that it can reproduce the line that I just did. The good thing is that we can also change the type of the embroidery, and I would like to have a satin stitch with 8. I put it in here and I extract the triple stitch, so I can put that out. I can throw it also away. Triple round by 10 was it, right? We can keep that in our mind. And when I execute it now, the green flag again, I can draw everything in the same line, but with another kind of embroidery stitch. This is very useful already. When we go further down the script, what else do we have here? We can delete the last stitch by pressing the R key. It goes back to the line display. When we now execute it, for example, on top, everything is being executed with the satin stitch again, but the editing is being done with small lines. And what else can we do here? We can add a jump stitch. So, for example, if we want to have another part of the embroidery being stitched, we can press U. It has a red line, and then I press the space bar again, and it is drawing another line, but separated from the first part. When I execute it, the green flag, I have the drawing here as I defined it. I will uncheck this. So our idea for today is, if I understood correctly, what we just talked about earlier, that we take an example of that Susan made.
You might want to take a tinkering time to let them.
Yes, let's do that.
Susan suggested, which is that they draw something.
Yes, right. I think Susan, do you want to
tinkering time
to take over now?
No, just let them
Okay.
tinker, but in the chat, I put numerous links to the drawing program, and I'm assuming that everybody was able to click on it and get the thinker. And here you're going to want to download the example cat picture, and that I put a link to that in the chat too. So download that so we can upload it after the tinkering time to the.
Do one thing at a time, Susan. Get them started.
Can you put the link in the chat again? I don't see it in the chat.
Which link do you want?
Just to the drawing program, to the Draw Anything program.
Okay.
I think this is it.
Yes.
I think the best thing is that everybody starts the program, click the green flag, and then the 0.
Yeah.
To delete the list data and try to draw on their own. And
okay,
the next
to stop following the mouse.
Now,
okay. Does that make sense? Like when you were drawing your thing, and then you went over and clicked the flag, it didn't draw the line to the flag. I'm not sure how you got it to stop drawing. Does that make sense?
no.
I
Okay,
didn't
so, like,
understand, sorry.
So
Let's-
Andrea, when
Let's
you were,
get people started, Kristen, first.
okay, yeah,
And
I
then
don't,
let's have you show your screen so we can understand what you're saying. Okay?
Okay, I'm going to have Andrea stop sharing. Okay.
Yeah. And
Right,
let's
now,
see what
then you can
Kristen,
share.
yeah, let's see what Kristen,
okay, so I haven't pulled it up yet. Let's just play for a while. Maybe it'll work itself out.
um,
The next step after tinkering, I will import an image and then show you how I use this imported image in order to draw on top of it.
is anybody able to draw lines? What was the command, Susan, to get it to draw a line? You move the cursor, you move the mouse, and what happens?
Tell me
You press
more.
the space bar and move the mouse.
Cameron, how are you doing?
I'm doing well. I'm just getting my turtle to draw.
Oh, good.
The
Sophia
space bar
says
and
she
moving
can
them
draw.
out.
What?
Sophia says she can draw. I put some keyboard shortcuts in the chat. So 0 clears the list. R removes the last point. Space key, you move your mouse to a certain place and press the space key and it makes a point. And then if you want a jump stitch, you move the mouse where you want the jump stitch to go to and then press U. D, oh, I forgot D. D is
Delightful.
D key, it is delightful. D key puts the pen down.
Puts the pen down.
Yeah, pen up is U,
Oh,
and then pen down is D.
oh,
So
okay.
after you do a jump stitch, you have to use the D key.
Oh, okay. Thank you.
How are people doing? Is anybody struggling? Can you slow it down so you can draw slowly? You can do it point by point, Sonia. You move your mouse, you hit the space key. Just once. Then you move your mouse again and you put your space key. Does that help?
This will happen when you're tracing, which is the next tinkering time.
Yes, that helps. Yay. Sonia's with us. Yay. All right. I'm going
Okay.
to put the cat link in again.
Oh, good.
Okay. Do people sort of feel comfortable with the whole thing? Can we go on? Can we go on, or do you need more time? Put I need more time in the message if you need more time. Okay, so I'm going to put this in here again. Here, Walter needs more time. So a minute or two more. This is a lot of fun.
Can you share the shortcuts for the jump stitches again?
Oh,
Go
yeah.
to chat. It's in the
In the
chat.
chat. Okay, thank
For
you.
the jump stitches, what you do is you move your mouse to where you want the jump stitch to end, and then you press the U.
Okay.
After you
That's
do
all.
that, you have to press the D. So up means pen up, D means pen down. So you move your
honestly, I
mouse
think-
to where you want the jump stitch to go.
I think you don't need D, just you, I think.
Really? Okay.
I think just you.
That's what I thought.
For some reason, the background is moving with me when I move the mouse. What am I doing wrong?
Oh, I don't know.
You're clicking in the
Really?
wrong place.
That happened to me a few times too, because I have a trackpad, so I had
You're
to just
holding
kind of
it
play with
down?
it.
Yeah, you're
Yeah,
holding
like
it down.
there were,
It's a trackpad I'm using too, not a mouse.
yeah, so like if I clicked it too hard, I moved the background, but if I just sort of lightly drug my finger on the trackpad, it works.
All right, so I've got fingers like, they don't do soft and gentle, so I'll try again.
I don't do trackpad. Yeah,
Oh, we're gonna do that. We're gonna,
Can-
Sophia,
can
we're
we
gonna do
see
that.
somebody scribble? Who, Elin, would you show us your screen and your scribble? Yay.
Sure, it's not very
Oh, it's scribbly, I hope.
well.
There you go.
Oh, yeah.
She's
Oh,
got
look,
a
it's got a jump stitch. Oh, yeah. Nice.
If you keep the space bar pressed when you move the mouse, then you get a different style of the line.
If you do what?
Ah, okay. Yeah. See?
Oh, yeah, nice.
But also the stage is moving. I think what interface are you using? Are you using a regular mouse or
I'm using a trackpad again.
yeah,
I
maybe
forgot
this
to
is
bring-
the problem. I
Yeah.
think it is very useful to have just an ordinary mouse.
Right. But yeah,
It's interesting to see that, though. Thank you for showing.
This
sure.
is very important as a feedback too. So we can put that in the instructions also for the code, that it makes sense to have a regular mouse. So like that's my
Yes.
left and right.
It's a
Maybe
great
it's
scribble.
maybe also if you have a
Very-
Mac and just have a mouse with one button, I'm not absolutely sure how it works. Do you have one, Susan?
I have a mouse.
But an Apple mouse, so with just one?
Yeah, I have a magic mouse.
And Karen, are you having problems?
So somebody
No.
wants to know if this works on an iPad with the stylus. Leslie wants to know.
Yes.
I
Oh.
tried different kind of interfaces for drawing, and I think I didn't find a way to describe it that works in a good common way yet. Because I also would like to have a graphic board, for example, in order to start drawing, because you can do much better and more maybe more detailed things, but it's not so easy to have this working correctly with the possibilities within the Snap or TurtleStitch environment. I think it is maybe possible, but I haven't really worked on it intensively enough to have a solution for that. Because when you have these pens where you can just press like with the mouse down, but still it's a little bit the same problem with the trackpad. It continues to move the stage a little bit on the right and left side. Sorry that I have no solution for that yet, but maybe somebody can have a look and
Well,
try.
Cameron just
My
Cameron,
stage
you
don't
can
move.
tell them.
Okay, I'll share my screen. I'm using a trackpad and my stage don't necessarily move. Let me
Oh,
just
let's
use
see.
my drawing.
Super.
Um,
Mhm. Ah,
I'm just
Oh, look at you. Wow.
okay. Looks good.
it's on the trackpad.
Yeah.
So
I think as more people use this, we'll get more feedback that will be helpful.
Absolutely, yes.
Beautiful. I can't do, my hands start shaking and my wrists start hurting.
Is,
So should we continue with the background image? Kristen, you have a question.
no, I just have a quick question. Is there a way to export just the data? Like I drew something cute, but I don't want to keep saving things. I mean, it's not that cute, but it's kind of hilarious. So is there a way to just keep the data and then import the data later?
I think you can export the list.
Export the list?
One of the things I
think-
do is I give a new name to the list so I
Look,
can save it.
I think when you press on the list, wait, should I do I can try live, right? I have something here. This is the project, as you see. There is the list, which you can, Christine, you can switch it on here and have a look. And I think if you right click here, you can export it.
Great.
And I think, yes, it's JSON data. So maybe it's something that you can also load into later on. I think it's possible to execute the list data.
Thanks.
Welcome.
I use Cynthia's method, which is changing the name of the list and then putting different in and out of it. And that way I can keep the different drawings in the same folder.
And in the same project, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
So then you have on the list where you in the variables category, you have the different drawings, right?
Yes.
So as variables with different names.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
It's the first thing I do is I give graphics a new name.
Yeah, exactly.
All right. Well, in your chat, you'll have a link to the cat picture we're going to practice, and then you're going to be able to do your own. So now that you know how all the key shortcuts work, now you're going to try and draw a cat. Was everybody able to download the cat picture onto their computers? Anybody have trouble downloading the cat picture? No. Excellent. Take over, Andrea.
Yes, I'm trying to find the right part of the screen to share. I think that's it. Yes, that's it. Here we go. Good. So we want to, wait, I need to adjust this part of the screen. So we want to have an image as a background image. You can just go to, actually that's files and then import. And here is the cat. It's in one folder that magically just opens up here. And I get a dialog here, and it asks me if I want to have it as a background image or as data. And for this, we use it as a background image. And as you see, it's displayed here in the stage as a background image. Okay, so my next step is, because I already know the different shortcuts of the project, that I make the screen a little bit bigger with this with the arrows here. That's the middle one. So that diagonal arrows. And then then we need to find out, we need to define the size. And this, of course, it's not a really good solution in the interface, but it kind of works out, because you see that one the segments here are in centimeters. And I see that it should be, it's also hard for me to see, so about 10 by 10 centimeters. And when I know also I change the size by zooming in and out with the mouse pad, the scrolling here. You see, when I move the scrolling wheel, I can zoom in and out, and this defines the size of the pattern. I think when you don't have the mouse, because this is very important, you can press the plus and minus below the stage. You can also adjust it here, and when you have when you decided that the size fits your possibilities of the embroidery frame, then you open it up with this diagonal arrows button on top. And what I do here is that I move the turtle to a starting point of the image. So with the left mouse button pressed, I move the turtle over there, and then I press the space bar and start tracing it. And I can do it by keeping the left mouse button pressed, but I can also, now I don't have the mouse button pressed, I press it now, and no, actually I just move the mouse and then I press the space bar. I mean, this makes this more straight lines. Sometimes that's nicer. It depends a little bit on the image you have. And then I do it like this. If I don't like it, I can, oh, I have forgotten to remove the drawing before. So, but I like this kind of situation. So I delete everything and I start right from the beginning. And I make sure, okay, we have forgotten to make sure that the list is empty. It wasn't empty. But now I press it like this. I didn't like the nose over there, so I remove the last points, go to this position where I thought it's okay. So I try my best. Maybe you also do it. Actually, there is nothing more to learn from me here. You just try to get the image drawn good. Actually, I think images that don't have got to be so, maybe a native speaker should help me out explaining it. But these are really very exact lines. So the curves are very exact. And this is something that is not so easy being realized by hand drawing. So maybe, to be honest, this image could be drawn in a better shape by using Cynthia's arcs, to be honest, because it's not such a great image for hand drawing. But however, I have reached to follow the silhouette of this cat in a way that I kind of like, and now I want to have it. I want to have it drawn in a thicker embroidery line, and I have just clicked the green flag, and it drew everything with the satin stitch in 8. I think it could also be a little bit bigger, so thicker. So I change the satin stitch from 8 to 12, and I can play around with this. Exactly. So this would be a solution that is relatively okay for me. So you can try to do that. What I really like is that now I could also add, so I'm zooming in and out, the background image keeps stable. The embroidery on top is zooming in and out. But if I...
Hello.
Hi, Weber.
Good.
If
I have a whole bunch of those little books that kids read in school, and from kindergarten, first grade, second grade. And I was wondering, I would like to get rid of them, but I don't want to throw them out. So you want to take them, find out if Hindi and
I think this was not really a question, right?
No.
No. Okay. Actually, you could just try to do it on your own. So maybe tinker, but I could also show you how to add a text below it. Maybe we write cat. That's also nice to add something below, because there is no because. There is no because. I just like it to have the idea to having a cat written below it, and that's what I do. And then we can tinker, okay? And
I mean, but
everybody tries.
You could add geometric activities to this shape.
Absolutely, absolutely.
So we could use draw text to put text in, right? Or we could make flowers or borders or.
Exactly. You know what? I will add a draw text, and I will under embroidery, I have still the stitching type correct, and always looking, there is the draw text. Where the draw text is, I could.
Can I ask a question for somebody from the chat? They want to know how to remove the background.
Yes, very important. You go up here under the turtle and you can clear the background image. I like that too, because I have used it already for drawing on top of it, but now it was annoying actually when I wanted to move the embroidery. It's very helpful for me that this question came right now. So I have prepared the draw text now. And what I need to add is, I think I need a pen down on top of it. And I think not much more. If I move below here, I press the U for a jump stitch, right? I just use it like this. So actually it's just 2 blocks, and I have cat written just below it. If I don't like it, I can remove it. I can draw the image correct again, move below and find a better place where to put it. And I have pressed the U key and then go to my block here and have it written just below. I don't know if it's the best place to put it. Maybe I put it a little bit more on top, right? So I remove it again, execute it. I mean, there are many things you can do better in that script, but so far, press the U key and execute the text. I like that. That's fine for me so far. Okay. So I stop the sharing. Does anybody have questions?
Maybe the tinkering time should come up and then questions.
Is there like a plugin library for TurtleStitch so you could add other sensors like a microphone sensor? I mean, like one of the things that's kind of fun to do, like with Turtle Art, is you attach, when you're making a paint program, you attach the microphone to the line thickness, for example. So I could see attaching the microphone to the turtle, to the stitch function, so that the stitch gets wider and skinnier as you're making loud noises or not while you're drawing, things like that.
That sounds
I like that idea a lot, Walter, and there are quite a lot of libraries we can load into TurtleStitch. There are a lot of sensors also. Some of them make sense in context with a TurtleStitch. Some of them don't make sense. We have hidden the sound category for different reasons, also to keep it, to don't make it too complex, because it's obviously on the first look not that important to have sound in Turtle Stitch. But we base upon snap, and all the full snap possibilities are available in the background of Turtle Stitch. So actually it's just about showing them on top or not showing them. And we are intensively in talking to the snap people about how to combine these things, and I think there will be a lot of possibilities in future. And so also in a way that you can individually make it visible or let it be hidden. Because in general, when a newbie is opening up a Turtle Stitch, this person shouldn't be overwhelmed, or I don't know if it's the right term, but confused, call it confused by too many possibilities. And this is the decisions that we have got to make. But I like these ideas a lot about how to form embroideries by different kind of inputs, and the microphone as a sensor is one possibility.
I put in the chat the link. Now you get to choose your own drawing. You can do it by hand. You can actually, some of my young people actually drew a picture on a piece of paper with a black pen and then took a picture of it and uploaded it. But I have two folders, one with just some random line drawings from the internet, and the other one are Picasso line drawings, which are very famous. So if you want to look through those folders, there's like 100 different ones, and they're named after what they are. So rabbit is a rabbit. Rose is a rose.
I have also this here that my daughter made it. It's a sports trousers from her, and she made this also in Turtle Stitch. It's it's a flower
That's
there,
beautiful.
and she used this so quite a lot. So actually, it's in actively being carried or worn by her in school, and she likes it a lot. So it's two kind of different flowers positioned somewhere, and she did that in Turtle Stitch.
I'll show you some, I had my young people do this as a practice yesterday, and I'll show you some things that they created from the drawings in the, let's see, thing. Okay, here we go. Okay.
Oh, wow.
So here we have an astronaut, and I have a young person who's learning, Jabril is learning Chinese. So that's a cat with the Chinese symbol for cat in it. Nasir did this for his mother. Obviously, later we ironed them, but he did this one for his mother with the heart and the rose, and he also did a stylized snake.
I need to say that they are very well done. You see the curves are much better than the ones I reached to do before.
Yeah. And
Beautiful.
here is a Picasso dove, and you can see, like Andrea was talking before, they added some beads as a to both of these. This is Neziana's, and this is Yvelin's, and she did the dinosaur, and this is the Picasso dove.
Do you have some of Elaine's that you could show?
No. But I could upload them quickly.
Elaine did a lot of Picasso tracings.
So Sophia asked if after we draw and remove the background, are we ready to download as a DST? Yes, that's the moment where you can download it. If it's drawn correctly on the stage as you like it, you can download it as a DST, so a file format for the embroidery machine. No, you cannot. So Leslie asks if there is a way to enlarge the background in TurtleStitch. No, the background is usually loaded as so filling out the whole background. So it depends. You've got to prepare the image before you load it. If I'm correct, I'm not 100% sure, but I tried right away to be.
Can somebody show us what they're doing? It doesn't have to be perfect. It just would be nice to have somebody working on tracing there.
Leslie, can you show us what you're working on?
I don't really have anything to show. I'm still trying to figure things out.
Show us what you're figuring out, and we could chime in.
Well, I just downloaded, I brought in a background, and I think it's going to be too small to work with. I mean, I can show you, but
I think it's good to see where there are issues.
The
It's also important for us.
Am I sharing? Or too much?
Still loading.
Yeah, the other problem I had was I don't think I was correctly deleting my list. So I was just getting a bunch of scribble over. So I had multiple things I was trying to figure out. I don't know if you can see because all of a sudden my window got really tiny. Let's see.
We can see.
You can, okay, because
yeah.
Okay. So yeah, I think this image is going to be too small. Too much detail, or
I think that looking at the grid, that it looks it's better like this now, so that you adjusted that the final size of the embroidery is correct.
What's the next step so you can see it?
I would open it up with this strange icon on top, that the one that I struggled to describe earlier, the one where I talked about the arrows in diagonal.
Arrows. The diagonal.
Yes.
If you click the diagonal
This one.
arrow.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now this was my problem.
How do we see what size it is?
You haven't traced it yet, right? So there shouldn't be any data in the list. So you need to press 0.
0, okay. I think I pressed it, but maybe not hard enough or something, because I kept getting, so that will stop the scribbly stuff, right?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. So that's a good place to start. And then
that's a good place to start.
Okay, and then I found that I'm better off just doing like piece by piece.
Yes.
That worked much better for me than trying to draw with the mouse. Now, how do I back up a stitch again? Like erase a stitch?
R.
Okay.
I mean, the details in the dog's face will not be very easy, but you do your best.
Okay, I've got it now. Okay, so R to back up a stitch, and then 0 to clear this.
Delete everything. Don't do 0.
Zero out what you
just trying to figure what. So is this like, does this every single stitch? What is?
You shouldn't care about this, to be honest, because this is just I mean, it's just filling up. It needs to be there in order to redraw it later.
Okay.
You don't need to edit it. You edit by drawing just with the different keys you're pressing on the keyboard. Just
Oh,
by
you're doing great. That's impressive.
So can you come back? So like, are you saying that you can come back and clean something up later? Like this over here is too pointy. Would there be a way?
not in the
that you-
middle. No, not in
Okay.
the middle. You can
Okay.
just do it so some steps backwards.
Okay, so I want to do my U key up to move over here,
Mhm.
right? Okay.
But you can now, if you don't like that that step to the right, you can just press R. Then you're right there, and you can. But
Okay.
It
Okay.
doesn't hurt to leave it.
Okay.
it doesn't hurt to leave it right.
So I got that. Okay. And then my U key again. Yeah, I picked kind of a challenging one, didn't I?
I think this is important to see. Thank you.
I mean, I think the outline tracing will be perfect. I don't know if how easy it is the details in the dog's face.
Mm-hmm.
But you can do it maybe by making a jump stitch in the end, and then you can delete and try several times. This one the outline looks really great.
Thank you. Some of the ones I was looking at, the nose was all black. Now, how would there be a way to fill that in?
No.
Just different, so several stitches back and forth, or maybe, I mean, not too thick, but you can overlap, of course, because especially in a face, and the eyes of an image should generally be visually pointed out. This is my experience. So
You can use a tatami stitch to fill the nose in.
Then I want to do. I think I'm a little afraid of
Yes.
the tummy stitch.
Well, you can experiment once you
Right.
have your outline.
Yeah.
Then you can experiment with how to fix, you know. And once you've done it, you can do it again. But, you know, see what it's like to do it once.
Is there a way to turn my turtle around as I'm working? Like point
Just-
him in a different position? Like in this case, if I
best
want.
way is to understand the turtle as a point or as a dot.
Okay.
If you move so your cursor down and you press the space bar, the turtle is back.
Okay, so. There we go. Got it. Just takes a little bit of time to develop the skill, I guess.
That's right.
That's right, yes. So actually, I also didn't do it for quite a while now, and it took me a little bit to get into it again. But what you should really keep in your mind and understand is that you are the master of the program. You can adjust it to your needs, and you can try to find out also how you can make it better. And I really like that possibility. The mistress. I mean, in German, we focus very much on describing the gender in the language. So sorry if I'm not using that correctly in English.
News recently talking about how little models would eat back in the day. I mean,
Now, is there somebody else we can observe?
Sophia wanted to share.
Okay. So Leslie, if you could continue.
I'll unshare her.
Oh,
No
okay.
problem. Thank you.
It's wonderful. Thank you so much. Who are we seeing now? Susan? Who? Oh,
Sophia.
Sophia. Okay. Ooh,
Super.
All right, so I have a question. So somebody was saying earlier, the way this looks, if I understand correctly, the grayish square that's highlighted kind of gray is
Mhm.
my 4x4. So
Yes.
right now my cat is outside of where it would print. Is that correct?
Better.
No, it's
No.
small, it's very small. You see, if you look at the size, it's 3.79 by 6. You could have made your image a little bigger.
And
Or-
there's no way to zoom the image out. I have to go back into the program and draw the background. I mean, put the background and draw
No.
it big, right?
you can resize it slightly.
We
And how
don't,
would
I
What?
think the resizement is not implemented in that program, but there are others where it's possible to resize.
Yeah,
I don't know if it's in Elaine's program, but
Yeah,
in this
it's in
program we
Elaine.
don't.
it's
Mm.
in Elaine's.
Okay. So I would just, okay.
She would scale it.
So
She would.
what is that gray area that's kind of showing up here?
That gray area is 4 inches by 4 inches or 10 centimeters by 10 centimeters.
Okay, great. Thank you. That's what I needed clarified. All right, awesome. Thanks, guys. I'm using a trackpad too, so that does kind of, I think a regular mouse would probably be easier.
Okay. And I think I will try to use my graphical tablets also in order to use to draw with a pen, not with a mouse.
We shopped all shops. You can't make the price of selection and no information about.
What kind of graphics pad do you use?
I have different ones, older ones, so not very. Actually, I like to work with cheap equipment because I think it's important to keep in mind that if you develop for schools, you don't work with tools that are too expensive. And to be honest, I don't know the manufacturers or the names of the companies. But I try to use devices that you don't need to install specifically with special software, and so just connect them by USB and that they work a little bit like a mouse. But I mean I would have to go out and dig it out of a shelf or so. I sorry.
Oh, somebody wants, Violet wants us to explain how to put text under the image again.
Should I do that? Yeah.
Yeah. So
So
go ahead.
actually, I mean, I could share, but it's so easy. But I share because
What about have Viola share and walk her through it? Viola, can you share? Viola, I forgot how you pronounce your name. I apologize.
No problem. It's Bela, and I will share in 1 second.
Okay.
Elaine, what's the what's the name of your program?
Look, she did your swan, Cynthia.
Much better than I did.
if you go under motion, Bela.
Motion, yeah.
Yes. Wait, I do it up there that I don't
Oh,
see.
that's beautiful.
There you have the draw text. It's pretty far below. Yes.
Over here.
Yes, and you put that in, right? And then here you can define what you want to put in.
Right.
And I used the size 50 earlier.
50?
50.
Yes.
50, yes. Mhm.
Okay.
And under pen, I use the pen down. So just the pen down block. That's the second one. And if you go into the stage and move the cursor to a specific point where you would like to have it, then you press the U, it makes a jump stitch, and then you execute these 2 blocks. Right. And if you don't like it, you press the R to delete that, and the swan will keep staying.
Okay.
Okay.
So
Okay,
now-
yes, you need to execute the green flag.
right.
Yeah, so it's drawn again.
So
And then
now the question is,
Mhm.
You might
how do
want
you,
a
how do
different
you,
embroidery.
I'm sorry?
Pull out another embroidery stitch.
Okay.
You can use satin, but make it smaller, or
Yes, the
Okay.
running stitch is the thin one.
yeah, but you could use satin and just make it smaller.
Just make it smaller. Okay.
Yes, exactly. That would be a possibility. The width, yes. I
Now-
think, what did I use? I think 8, but try it out. And you can use small or
that's
capital letters.
That's better.
Yeah,
Should I make maybe I should make it bigger.
okay.
Oh,
Yeah.
50.
Yes.
You should do that.
60.
Bigger is always better because of the problems you could have when you do the embroidery. If it's stitched too dense, and this can happen with letters especially, it's better to make them big. I mean, I like usually to have it about 1 centimeter high, but it also works smaller, but
Oh,
yeah, this looks nice.
that's better. Okay.
Much better. Mhm.
Oh,
Yeah.
but
So you
the
can,
problem with that is look at size.
Right. It's too big now.
It's
when
too
you have
wide.
10 by 10, yes, it's too big.
Too wide. So you have to
Bring this in over here. Okay. Hold
Like-
on.
place swan in a different location. Yeah, that'll be better.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's good.
Thank you.
Welcome. The Elaine referenced her program where it's possible to resize a design.
Yes, did you put that in, Elaine?
Yes, I did. I put it in the chat.
Okay,
You can
thank you,
resize
Elaine.
the program. You could flip the image.
When mirror it, one of my young people really wanted to flip. He drew half of his image and he wanted to flip it and add it.
And this one will do it.
Oh, is it Kay Colley? What is your first name?
It's Karen.
Karen. Karen has something to share. Go ahead, Karen. We want to see.
You saw already, Susan, right?
Can you see
Oh,
it?
wow, this
look at
looks
that.
great. Cool, love it.
I have an Irish Terrier, and I found a simple line drawing.
Woo!
That is awesome. Do you have a machine to embroider it on?
Yes, I can't
Oh,
wait.
good.
I'm gonna try to do it. This is my first attempt, so I'm gonna try to do it. It seems I use the trackpad seem to work better for me than the mouse.
Super.
Oh,
I had more
Interesting.
control, but I think it just takes practice. And
Yes.
if you make this the stitch thicker, it hides all your sort of mistakes too. If you make the line,
Exactly.
thicker.
That's
it's-
so good.
It's so much fun.
Karen, will you send me a picture of your drawn of your embroidered piece?
Yes. Yes.
Because we'll want to see that next week.
Okay.
What kind of machine do you have, Karen?
I have just a brother. I think sort of like your machine. You have a brother, right?
I have a brother in the 600 series.
Yeah, that's what I have. Yeah.
Oh, good. Great. Well, I can't wait to see it.
Thanks.
Thanks for sharing.
I can't wait to see Kristen's design. Are you ready?
Sure, I can share it. He kind of looks a little, well, whatever. I'll show you. Here he is.
Good.
I was also inspired
Oh, how
by the
cute.
doggies.
So great.
His mouth is a little scary once I got rid of the background image, but that's okay. Yeah,
Love it.
Wonder how
so
that
funny. I think we were all inspired by the puppies. So this is my friend.
Oh, it's so nice. I'm sure it looks great when it's embroidered.
Yeah, Kristen, will you also send me a picture if you embroider it?
Yeah, I can make it. We gotta, I actually, yeah, I kind of feel like, I'm sorry, was it Karen? No, who just talked a second ago?
Aaron.
Yeah, that was, I have a puppy named Penny too, and so maybe we can have a whole series. All right, I'm gonna stop sharing. Oh, but one thing I thought about is that for folks that were struggling to figure out how big to make it, with the first design, I made just a square that was, 400 by 400 or whatever, and then it was easier to zoom my image to something that made sense, because I had a visual on the screen. So if you're making stuff that is either way too big or way too small, it was just a thought.
Great. I actually also thought of that. Just like you have a separate little script to make if you want to have the name on there. I was thinking of having a script at the beginning where it was, 4 inches by 4 inches or 10 centimeters by 10 centimeters, and then just not clicking that when you're doing the final drawing. Yeah, because that my young people struggled with trying to see that slightly shaded square in the middle and fit it to that.
Yeah, the square doesn't adjust to your workspace like like it's a non-entity.
There is not a perfect
Hi,
solution.
Walter.
Yeah.
Hi, Etta.
Has Etta created something?
She made a cat that she saved, but it's sort of her first pass. So she's gonna keep working on it.
Okay, there are a lot of cool things in the folders.
Yeah. So yeah,
Great
but
that
both of our computers ran out of battery, so I'm on my phone now. So we had to stop. So
Okay. Thank you for participating.
no, thank you. It was
Greetings to
terrific.
Etta.
Yeah. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye, Etta.
Hey, Andrea, I just wanted to say thanks for showing this again, because when I was completely flummoxed when we tried to start in Snap and then move everything over. So I feel so much better about this now. And I had a student ask me last week, how do I trace something? So now I have a good answer. I didn't have a good answer last week. So super excited that you could share.
Thank you. And I also wanted to give you a little bit of an idea where it comes from. so the path of the development of this tracing idea. And still, check out maybe Jatka Hügle's project too, because she's a snap expert and I think she's always a step ahead of combining and implementing it in TurtleStitch. That's great.
My students love to doodle and draw, and they have done some a lot of them like anime, and some of them have done some amazing picture embroidery of their anime drawings.
So I think it can be a good solution to attract especially a kind of a young group of people in order to express themselves with different kind of ideas in the background.
Yeah.
I think aesthetically it is something that has a lot of potential.
Yes.
And then in the combination with coding, it's a chance also for getting them on board.
Well, before we leave, I just wanted to, Cynthia, maybe you want to do this. Tell them what our loosey-goosey idea for next week is.
I don't know, but before that, I'd like to also put a plug in for getting help from Elaine, who has done a lot of line drawing and also has thought about coding and improving the code. So if there's something that you'd like to have as an aid, a tool, Elaine might implement it and you can test it out. And so I think some of the things that I'm going to plug on Elaine, there's a couple of things that she did, which you will find interesting. There's a Polish artist who I refuse to remember his name.
Wayclaw Spakowski.
Spakowski. And
Spakowski.
I see, I've got it wrong. But what's interesting about some of his designs is their one-liners. They're incredible one-liners. And Elaine has done about 50. She went through a book of his and did every single one of them. And also Vera Molnar, who I'm surprised they hadn't talked to one another. I'm not sure they did. She also does interesting line drawings. So I wanted to point that out. And if you look at things we've done in the past, this I can't remember his name, folks, so you can see it's not just my age. It's that I refuse to accept certain words in my frame. Next week, we thought of several things we wanted to do with you. One of them, which is, there's a man named Emberly who likes to show you how to make drawings. And he takes squares and triangles and hexagons and puts them together. And there are several books. I think it's a very nice example of how you build shapes from other shapes. So we'd like to do that. But we also want to go back to using arcs and make some petals and flowers and use the petals and flowers to make frames. We started looking at frames, but we didn't get far because of where we did a lot. And we want to be able to frame things, especially your favorite quotes. And so we want to take as an example a quote we have in an earlier session, but we really want to go in more detail. And now, how does that sound to you all? What would you like us to focus on? But those are things, is that right, Susan? Did I hit
Yes.
everything?
You hit it.
Okay. But where we concentrate, we'd like feedback from you, and we can arrange to concentrate on areas of interest to you. But I do want to expose you in the next, how many sessions? We have 3 sessions left. And I think some of the stuff that we turned Elaine onto. Like this Polish stuff. The history of that is our friend in the Netherlands introduced us to the Polish person, and that's Uke Montfort. And we got really captivated by making designs, this sort of straight line designs, just one-liners. There's another thing that we could look at, and that's tessellations or sashiko, which I think is the tradition of Japanese embroidery to fix worn out clothing. So anyway, there's a lot of design stuff, and the stuff that you did today, and you probably want to continue. I happen not to be an enthusiast because my hand trembles. I'd much rather sit and code.
Well,
So,
great. If you have any ideas or preferences, go ahead and email me. And we'll see you all next week. And thank you. Andrea, it was really, really, really wonderful. And it looks like from the chat, people had a great time.
yeah.
I'm happy that there are a lot of great drawings came out. Also, I did maybe a little bit confusing explanations. I don't know. I did my best, but I'm doing this also with my heart, and it makes sense to do things that you like to do. And thank you, Susan and Cynthia, and especially also Elaine in the background, who
Yes,
Elaine, I know that you're an expert in this drawing line patterns. Oh yes,
She's become an expert because she did 50 of the.
I think 80.
Yeah,
I did 80 weight loss Bukowski.
Great.
Would you spell his name to show people how difficult it is for me?
Yeah.
I'll do it next.
Good. So it's dark here on my side already. I go out and make food for everybody.
So
all right.
And
bye-bye.
Wonderful,
Bye, everybody.
wonderful having you.
Thank you. Everybody
have a nice
look at the chat. Take a look at the chat before you go.
And now you know why TurtleStitch is such a joy. It's because of Andrea.
Because of all the community
Well,
is
and Michael,
is the power.
Andrea and Michael are a team, and it's they have humor, which is what's needed in computing. Humor.
That's so true, Cynthia. And curiosity, humor and curiosity.
Humor and daring.
Yes.
Willingness to try. That's the key. And I'll tell you next week about my trip to
Andrea. You go and
take care. Bye-bye.
Bye. Thank you, Andrea.
Bye-bye. Bye-bye. All right. See you all later.